Alright, I hope I can be heard and the audio's working. Um, Hi guys, it's been a while since I've recorded a video and since I've made a video. It's been like a whole month since I made one. Well, almost a month. Now we're in October, no, not October, November, and this is the end of November that we're getting into. This is a new series now. We're starting a series. Like we started every other year, and people that have been around this channel know what the series is, and that is for THSPA. Like I've put before in the past, road to state or my first ever meet, and so on. But now, this time it's gonna be different. Instead of doing equipped, we're gonna do raw, which is gonna be much more safer for me, and we're gonna be a lot better and a lot stronger. But what is the main message of this video? This is day one of episode 1 of Road to THSPA Raw State. And what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna document the journey like I've done in the past, and see how things go. But of course, this time, that I need to do is put the Lord first. And we're going to do that. We're going to put the Lord first within the series. I'm going to talk still about the Lord. I'm still going to speak about Him, about Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. I'm going to continue talking about Him, continue speaking about Him. Because why? Because I like talking about Him very often, even though I don't really talk about it as much to people that I know of, but people that are really interested in knowing about Him and growing, which are certain friends at school. I explain to them and talk to them about Him. But yeah, but what I'm gonna mainly summarize these things up is that we moved houses, as you can see. We moved houses. We're here in a new place, in a new location, a new chapter, a new beginning, as I've put in my story beforehand on the exact day or on the day after when we moved. And it was such a blessing, to be honest. This place has been incredible. This place is amazing. I like the backyard. It's super cool, especially the swing here. And I even like, well, my room. It's kind of not the best, but I'm gonna make it work. I'm not gonna complain because what matters to me is that we're actually back into a one-story house and two-story, because two-story was kind of a bit of a rough with cleaning and within taking care of the house. But we made it work throughout those 5 to 6 months, and now that it's barely gonna be about to be 1 month by the time of this week passing by, and by the time that this video is uploaded, I'll be on field lesson. I'll be also vlogging there. I'll be making the last ever vlog video, which are videos I haven't uploaded but will be in the goodbye junior year and goodbye junior year and goodbye all school field lessons, because this is the last year we're traveling, and I'm gonna just put all that video all together with all the videos and vlogs I've made, and I'm just gonna make it like a song video to make it look cool and inspiring and motivating. But it'll take time, of course. But this video will be uploaded. Right now, we also competed, and I'm not gonna really much give a recap of what the meet or about videos. Maybe I will, because I did record on 1 week out. I did record a video, or 2 weeks out, but I never really planned on working on it, so I'm not gonna bother. I'm gonna just delete the footage and just show you guys a recap. Possibly episode 2 I will, but for now I'm just gonna give you guys with what's up right now. Is that we are now going to the next week of THSPA week 2. We're prepping already. We already had a meet. Now we're back on prep again for another meet, which will be in January, and then another meet in February, which will be my school meet. And then after that, we're just going to be ready for regionals. Hopefully regionals goes well, and I hope state also goes well. But I really do not know how things are going to go at the moment because I haven't really gotten a full information and full context of information of how the Raw season's going to go or how things are going to work, because I've gotten information from my coach that, and also from my school coach, that certain schools can not do them. They don't have to do it. They can decide, so they don't have to do all that work. And I mean, with putting another rack for the other people, but I mean, I think it's pointless within doing that because it takes away opportunity for those lifters that really don't want to do equipped anymore and that are good at raw and are better at doing raw, are more talented in doing raw, are more passionate for doing raw, and are more like better gifted for it than doing equipped. Because I mean, I think beginners that are like for school should be doing that, but I think everybody should do raw. Nobody should ever be doing equipped. Equipped is actually dangerous. It's not really beneficial for the body. It's not beneficial for anything. It's really just a suffering sport, or a suffering part of the sport that's within powerlifting, and I don't like it at all. I just don't. It's just a bunch of suffering. It's a bunch of pain, and it's just a pain putting on the suit and then taking it off. And I rather use a singlet than a equipped suit, a squat suit, a bench suit, and a deadlifting suit. I'd rather not use that. I rather use my raw strength, learning technique, learning form, having humility, and learning and knowing how to bench and learning how to actually squat and deadlift. Because merely athletes that are new and don't have any sort of experience within the sport are just exposed to this type of powerlifting that they like, but then they realize it's just like, I wasted so much potential, because it really wastes the potential you have as an individual for raw, because raw actually, it's more showing how really strong you are compared to equipped, because the numbers I do in equipped are actually not even my real strength. It's just the suit helping me lift up a lot more weight. That's it. And the rest I'm doing myself. The rest of the work I'm doing, but it's helping me with half of the work. So I rather do raw, and I rather do 100% of the work. And of course, I also gotta say that I did get injured, kind of, on my back. And I feel better now because my parents took me to someone to massage this whole back, and indeed I felt a lot better. The person that did it, me sobaron. Basically, that means massaging, basically. Or it's kind of like a massage, but it's also like, I really don't even know the word for it for the person that did it, for the woman that did it. But my back feels a lot better when squatting. I wouldn't say for deadlifting it doesn't completely feel well, but it feels somewhat normal to what it used to feel like. And I'm really bummed out about it. Like, I really like kind of mad about it, but not anymore. And also, what else? We've been having nose bleeding problems lately. I really don't know why. I shouldn't even be having those problems. I haven't had those problems since last time I bleeded was September and February. February was at the beginning of the year. September was like leading to the middle of the year, or like middle late into the year. It was basically late into the year. We're already into the end of the year, but this was late into the year. So it was pretty much a confusion to me because I've never bleeded this much before. I was losing a lot of blood, and I've bleeded before. Even last month of October, we randomly got bleeding for no reason. Or no, in September we did. In September, at the end of September, and I was so confused. And then there came by this month. We were bleeding a lot more frequently, and we were bleeding a lot more. And I've timed, even the day of the meet, after coming back, I was laying down on my bed, and then I just closed my eyes, and then I just see myself all dark and I see blood from the nose. And I'm just like, I open my eyes and then I touch my nose and I feel blood. Like, but it's like dry, not that much blood. And then I go to sleep when my parents leave to do something, to go on a, to go do something busy, to pick up stuff and to do their usual trips to like get the groceries, get whatever they need, and so on. But I went to sleep because, bro, I was beat up. My whole body was beat up already. Now it's just like I felt a little miserable, a little bit out of place, a little bit out of like I just wasn't myself. My head was all over the place on meet day, and I wasn't at all like in my flowing state like I usually am on meet days. I was just like not calm, and because the meet was so fast paced that it actually messed up my rhythm and messed up everything. Like it was more fast paced, and I'm not used to fast paced meets. I'm used to very slow paced meets, and it was a really pain. It was a pain in the butt, to be honest. But we got second place either way. There was nobody else. It was just me, my friend Orly, and that's it that were competing. So it was pretty much self-explanatory who was going to get first or second. And of course, I got second because he has a stronger bench and a stronger squat. Deadlift, well, I have a better deadlift than him. I deadlift better than him. We both are equal right now on deadlift, but on bench, he benches a lot more than me. I can't bench what he benches, even though we're both technically the same height. But I weigh more than him. Also, I don't even know. At least I got that upper hand. But hey, I really don't know what to say on that part. But that I just either way from the very beginning of prep, I accepted the fact that I probably wasn't gonna win, and I know I should not have that mentality. But I was keeping it realistic and humble with myself because he has a better bench than me. He benches more than me. He knows he has a stronger bench than me. He squats better than me. Well, he has no, not really. He actually has a stronger, raw explosive strength on squats, and me, I don't. But deadlift, I could have outpulled him, but it's just my form was off throughout 2 weeks, or throughout 1 week out, and then 1 week out it was off, and then same thing happened the day of the week of the taper, which was the week of the meet, which was once on a Saturday. And I also think I went to sleep way too early. I went to sleep like at 7 or 8, and woke up at 4:30, and I was the first one there, so I should have kind of woken up at 5 or 6 a.m. I mean, the school isn't that far away, but I mean, that was my decision. I messed up, and that was my fault. I learned the mistakes I made. It was a blessing in disguise to actually wake me up and recognize what mistakes I actually made. What actually showed that me losing about 8 pounds really made a difference within my strength. So I really do not ever want to get cut weight ever again, basically, because throughout all that prep I was fasting, but also, of course, kind of fat. I was fasting, but also I was water cutting, I was gut cutting. I was still eating, but I wasn't actually eating as much as I usually did, and that's what messed me up also. But also I think form wise I was messing up, bracing wise I was messing up, and that's where those were the downfalls. And changing my form also were the biggest mistakes I should have not ever made. I really messed up on that. But yeah, those were the biggest mistakes. But either way, we're gonna show you guys what we've been working on this week. We have RP8. We're back to our regular training. We no longer have Swede deads. If you've been following me on my social media, I've been doing Swede deadlifts, and Swede deadlifts were probably the cause of my injury, because before the week that I got injured, I did a heavy Swede deadlift, which is basically pause deadlifting, but I'm pausing then putting it down, then going up and pausing halfway up, and then doing a complete rep. And the last rep was super hard, and that was probably the last day that 500 felt pretty easy. Like, I'm gonna be dead honest, it felt pretty easy. But the last rep, I was already fatigued at the point that I messed up. So that's my fault, and I can do nothing about that. All I can do now is just move on and do my best from now on to heal. I mean, the meats that are not gonna be in kilos, they're gonna be in pound plates, normal plates. So it should be pretty fine. It's gonna be pretty easy. Pound plates don't feel real as often, but we're gonna do a lot more weight because of the pound plates. But we should be fine. And either way, I'm gonna put the Lord first within everything that I'm gonna do, because I really need Him. And lately, things have not been that easy. I have failed them already twice this month, and I haven't failed them, but I failed Him, and I really feel so. I just don't feel great. That's it on that part. And now, so that's also a reason why I felt completely out of place in the meet, because I just was so. My head was all around the place, and I just didn't know what to do anymore. And especially with the school assignments I was getting, I was all over the place. Everything was going out of control. Like, I just didn't know what to do. And I just wasn't acting like myself. I was... Even though on Wednesdays I worshipped, and I did good, and I did fine, and I was honest with the Lord, but I was still somewhat, like, not fully honest. It just didn't seem like I was being fully honest. Not just a feeling. I could just tell by my own words. Like, I didn't want to fully be intentional and just surrender completely because of me failing Him. That I was lacking my integrity, my honesty, my accountability, being honest with myself. If this is actually the decision I want to make or not. I was lacking those things. But now that we have a full week, that this whole week has also been chaos. But now that it's Sunday, I think we're back to normal, and I'm glad we are, because the Lord has been so good to me throughout these months that that's why I just been so out of place, because I just failed Him and I felt miserable and guilty. But even today, I recognized that, and I finally recognized it. Thank God I did, because I recognized it from the very start, but then now I recognize it again. That doesn't matter anymore. These mistakes I've made, these are just the past. Learn from these mistakes and don't repeat them. Don't be a foolish man and don't be a foolish kid. You're not a kid. You're not going to be a kid anymore. So you got to stop making these foolish mistakes. These foolish actions, you got to be able to be open. And indeed, I was open to the fact that I failed and I did bad. And I failed completely. Or I fell short, basically. And I was open to the youth pastor. I was open to one of my friends. And indeed, both of them encouraged me. But my friend that I asked for him to, like, because he was giving people to post on the social media, like, whoever wants a prayer for, wants to be prayed for, and I just put a yes. And indeed, bro gave me words of encouragement, encouraging me, because I opened up to him, and it really gave me hope that, man, I need to really proclaim it and tell my flesh and tell my own comfort that it has no authority over me, that I myself make the decision on that part. So from now on, I'm going to keep moving forward. That's what matters. And just going to make these last days and last weeks of the year count. But overall, guys, thank you for watching. I'll get on with it. I'll talk more in depth more in depth and in details about things later on. But for now, enjoy episode 1 and enjoy the training that we're about to get back into. See you guys. God bless.
You'll be alright, Lance.
He's not even in there. What's gonna happen to that boy, Daddy? Where will he go? Where will he stay? Will he have friends? He'll be back. And he always comes back. Father! Father! Oh, Father, please!
I have to, son. But things will be alright. Trust me. Lance. What am I going to do with you? I promised your father that I would care for you if anything ever happened to him. I know it must be hard for you.
You're not my father.
But if he were here, he would be very disappointed in you.
Well, he's not. He's gone. Do we really get to learn how to drive them? No. Only a select few have the honor. Hand-chosen. The best of the best.
Your father was one of the finest men I knew. He expected such great things from you. And so did I.
Well done, soldier. At tomorrow's graduation ceremony, you will be awarded the Medal of Excellence.
He has the distinction of being the youngest recipient in the history of the Academy. Please join me in honoring Cadet Lance.
I'll make sure you pay for what you've done here. You're going to hang for this. The king won't save you this time.
I am all too familiar with that, son.